Hey everybody, welcome in. Glenn Younes again with my reoccurring video blog here on PressBoxOnline.com. We urge you guys to share this on your Facebook. Down below, subscribe here on the YouTube page, and all around spread the word because we're really trying to get this thing going in a big way. Okay, so we know this week is the Oakland Raider week. It's the West Coast trip for the Ravens where they did not come back to Baltimore. An interesting move by Coach John Harbaugh and his crew. But listen, this thing is thought out in a major way. If you know anything about Coach John Harbaugh, all this stuff is scripted. Sleep patterns, when to go on the road, when to get home, when to go to bed on the West Coast versus a Thursday night game at home versus in a roadway game, late night Sunday night game. He has that all mapped out by doctors and statisticians, so staying on the West Coast in San Jose and figuring that piece out was smart by Coach Harbaugh. Here's the one thing, though, and that's good news. I think the bad news is, in this case, is starting on the Ravens offensively. Where in the world are the weapons for the Baltimore Ravens? We know Brashard Perryman, breaking news, and I believe it was our buddy Aaron Wilson, now with the Houston Chronicle, formerly of the Baltimore Sun, who broke the news, according to his sources. Brashard Perryman out about another month, mid-October, until the rookie wide receiver, the burner downfield, can get to play for the Baltimore Ravens and make some plays. That's a huge deal because the Ravens have no pass catchers. Tight end Max Williams, great rookie. And of course, Crockett Gilmore, we talked about last year, was a blocker. This year they expect him to catch some passes, but 3, I believe, catches from them in week 1 against Denver. Those guys aren't threats. Teams aren't going to scheme against them. Now, we know the Raiders have safety issues using both of them, including Charles Woodson. They signed Taylor Mays, and he's probably going to start coming right off of just the street. We remember Taylor Mays out of USC, a big draft pick, never really panned out, spent plenty of years in Cincinnati, so we know that division foe there in Taylor Mays. But while the safeties don't scare you for Oakland, the pass catchers of the Ravens don't as well. We thought this coming in. Love Marlon Brown, love Kamar Aiken as kind of like undrafted guys who skew to be pretty decent, like pros that expect to have a pro job, but certainly don't scare an opponent. And we're still in that mix without Brashard Perryman. It is Steve Smith and whoever else maybe we get lucky with. So that is a real concern on offense for the Baltimore Ravens, along with Justin Forsett's productivity. Listen, unbelievable story last year. This year he's got to prove it because lightning can strike once, fine. Can it strike twice? That's what the Ravens and probably Justin Forsett and the entire offense are banking on. Those are my issues offensively. Defensively for the Ravens, we have to figure out what we're going to do with Amari Cooper, Michael Crabtree, Latavius Murray, pair of wide receivers and a running back that are very dynamic. Whatever the quarterback situation is in Oakland, he's got weapons. Ravens quarterback situation, great. Weapons, light. Other way around in Oakland, but we'll see that quarterback's on the rise, assuming Carr is healthy. The other piece that worries me, and I know it's relating to the Ravens offense, but moreover Oakland's defense, is Khalil Mack is skewing to be one of the better linebackers in the league going forward in his future, and he can disrupt an entire game plan. Then, of course, there is the Suggs story, staying on defense back over to the Baltimore Ravens. Without Suggs on that side, he is a 3-down lineman, part of the best pass rush duo in the league last year with he and Elvis Dumervil. Suggs is the most important of them, we know, because Suggs can play 3 downs. Dumerville's situational. It's going to be Dumervil, it's going to be Courtney Upshaw, and it's going to be the rookies, Darius Smith out of Kentucky, that are going to have to fill that load for Terrell Suggs, and there's no way they're going to be able to fill that hole. What's filling a load mean? Filling a hole for Terrell Suggs. They're not going to be able to do it. I hope, let me say this, I hope they can. Suggs is one of the better defensive players, in a very long while. It's going to be hard to patch that hole. Couple good things real quick. Darryl Smith, CJ Mosley, unbelievable game ones. If they have that season going forward, linebackers will be some of the best linebacking core, inside, middle, and outside linebacker, or middle and Mike and Will linebackers in the whole league. CJ Mosley, Darryl Smith could be that, or at least one of a handful of them. I liked the Baltimore Ravens only because I think Oakland's a little bit better this year than last. I'm not sure what that means because they're a bad team still. I think the Ravens rebound, come home against the Bengals in another week or so at 1-1. I think the Ravens beat the Raiders this week in Oakland. Ravens win, right off the top of my head right now, 23-17. Ravens beat the Oakland Raiders. For PressBoxOnline.com, follow me on Twitter at GUnitRadio. I'm Glenn Younes. Talk to you next time.